Hi, my name is Renda Hall and I'm with Family Tree Counseling Associates. The title of my video is I Need My Mommy, and it's about how we attract people in our lives that are going to recreate our deepest childhood wounds. So let me start off by explaining how it all works. In childhood, we are all wounded in some form or fashion to some degree, and we're protected from those wounds until we get to adulthood. And then what happens is we seek out the person that's going to recreate these wounds and provide us the opportunity to heal. That's Mother Nature's shitty little gift. And it is a shitty little gift if you accept it as that, or you can see it as a big gift and heal that inner child. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about my own life as an example, and so everybody out there can see exactly what I'm talking about. So for me, as a newborn, I was rejected by my mother because I wasn't a boy. And so that created a memory, because as newborns, from the very beginning, we start creating memories. And so that set off a memory that I wasn't good enough. And it was reiterated throughout my life. Not feeling good enough. I would go to my mom and I would hold up my hands and say, "Mommy, hold me." And my mom would turn around and walk away. And that reiterated for me that I wasn't lovable. I wasn't good enough for my mom's attention. And in adulthood, in my relationships, I sought out the people that were going to replay that wound for me over and over and over again until I learned from it. And that's part of the gift, is it's going to keep showing up until you heal it. So I took this as an opportunity to learn. I listened to a book called Mothers Who Can't Love to get an understanding of where I came from and how I could make my life better. And what I figured out is that my mom wasn't capable of loving me. My mom was a narcissist. My mom, it was like everybody was there to serve her. And so I became invisible. And so in my adult life, I continued to be invisible, and I attracted people that would make me feel invisible, not having a voice, not taking my feelings into consideration. And here I was, this little kid going, "Mommy, hold me." And I did that over and over and over again until recently it's kind of really smacked me in the face and said, "Hey, you are good enough," because I've been doing a lot of work. You are good enough, and you are worthy of having somebody in your life that loves you for who you are, and you are accepted. And that's the point that I want to get across, is that in life, even though we are so wounded as children, we are shamed, and you know, we're told things like, "I wish you were never born," or, you know, like my mom was so absorbed in romance novels that it was just like she wasn't even there, you know. So it was this shitty ass gift that kept being presented over and over and over again until I learned from it. And you know, it's kind of like we carry two bags around, right? So one bag back here has rocks in it, and we throw those rocks at people as a form of projection. And in our other bag, we have a bag of shit. And when we get into this, "I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy of being loved," what we're doing is we're reaching back in this bag of poop, and we're taking it out and we're rubbing it all over us and walking around in it because it feels comfortable. You know, recently I described that same thing to some of my clients, and we kind of laughed and called it a shit shower, Because that's what it is. It's like you're taking a bath in doo-doo because it feels good until it starts stinking, and then you want to get rid of it. And that's where the healing begins. It's because you want to wash it off. And so you start having insight. You start having insight into what it is that originally caused that hurt and that pain. And why is it that you're attracting people into your lives that are going to cause you to take that shit shower. And what it is it's your childhood. When you feel unloved as a kid, you have very little self-worth. When you are made to feel like you're a burden, you feel invisible because you do things to be invisible as a kid so that you can just survive it. You know, and so what I've learned is I am worthy. I am worthy and capable of healing my inner child and being my own loving parent. And you're probably sitting there going, Renda, well, you know, that's all nice and great to say, but how do I do it? And you do it by gaining some insight. You do it by understanding where you came from. You do it by practicing meditation, by the positive I am statements. There's some great meditations for healing the inner child out there on YouTube. And you do it by telling yourself that what they said, what mom told you was a lie. That you are worthy, that you are worth being loved. You know, everybody has worth. And it's up to us as individuals, as wounded kids, to start becoming our own loving parents. We can't walk around as wounded kids holding up our hands going, Mommy, please hold me. Mommy, I need you. Because mom's not there anymore. As adults, we have to learn to take care of ourselves. And when we learn to start taking care of ourselves, we're going to start attracting the right people in our lives. Because we're going to be healed and whole inside at our core. And we're going to have an understanding of when we don't get that need met by somebody else, knowing that we can fulfill that. Because we don't have to have outside validation. We have that inside validation and being a healthy whole person. Another book for you guys out there is 12 Steps to Being Your Own Loving Parent. It's a really good book, and it explains steps in how to become your own loving parent. That's the title of the book. But it gives you exercises to do. It gives you some insight, you know, and that's the big thing, is having insight. You know, learning from what happened in your childhood and owning the fact that it's not true, that was a lie. You know, when you start having these negatives, right? This is called cognitive behavioral therapy. List out the negative, right? And so one of the things that was reiterated over and over and over in childhood for me was that I was stupid and was never going to amount to anything. So write that in a block, and then list all the things around it that was reiterated over and over and over again to cause you to feel that. Then in another block, write I am not stupid. That's one for me. And then write all the things that make what the negative not true. So list all your accomplishments in life. List all your accomplishments, you know, and when you start having the crappy feelings of I'm not worthy or I'm not lovable, list these things out and realize that they're not true. These were lies that you were told in childhood. This was you running around going, Mommy, please hold me. Mommy, I need you. And being rejected. And you're replaying it over and over and over again. And until you begin to heal yourself, it's going to replay throughout your life. So just know that. And try to do something about it. By going out, doing the meditations, having self-worth, telling yourself, I am worthy, I am capable, because you are. Each and every one of you out there listening to this video, you're capable of a great life. You just got to want it. Another thing is to get a great therapist. Having a therapist who understands and can help you see the cognitive dissonance that you have between what you were told in childhood and what you're told as, and what you believe as an adult as a result of that. And having an understanding of why you attract these people in your lives that are going to replay these wounds over and over again, it's going to help. So, having insight, doing the work, it's not easy. It hurts. It's painful. Having an understanding that you don't need somebody else to validate your worth. You don't need somebody else to accept you. Because if you accept you, then that's all that matters. I hope this video has helped you, and if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do so, Family Tree Counseling. Again, I'm Renda Hall, and thanks for watching.